Welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla, also known as KAYLAWAYLAMUA. And today we got into this base routine. And I must say, what? Yeah, we ate that up. I gave you all my tips, all my tricks, all my pointers on how to get a flawless, filter-free face base. Base. Yeah, babe. You don't need no filter with this makeup routine right here, okay? And I do not want you to focus on the products. Focus more on the type of product and the technique. That is what's going to get you a flawless base. Because me and you, we're not the same. What products work for me may not work for you. I feel like a lot of influencers do not say this, but it's true. Yeah, grab your makeup brushes, girl, and let's get cute, get fine, and take some pictures. Because this is photo ready makeup. Yeah, photo ready. For my girls, that's Instagram baddies. This one is for you. If you have an event coming up and you want a flawless base, this is for you. I got you. I got you, mamas. I got you. I know y'all probably gonna ask about this eyeshadow because I know how y'all are. If you really want it, we can do it in a, what's it called? A YouTube short. I'm new on YouTube, y'all. I don't know. YouTube short, or we can do it on a TikTok or reel. We can redo that, okay? But it'll be in short form because it's so easy. When I say so easy, I mean so easy. It's literally just 2-3 shadows on the eye. That's it. And a lash. That's it. I will have all the products in the description box, of course. I'm gonna quit talking and we're gonna get right into this video. The reason I am looking dusted, crusted, and busted is because I have not done my skin prep yet. I decided to do it with y'all. I'm gonna give you my updated skin prep. So let's get into it. This toner right here, Peach Slices Snail Rescue Blemish Busting Toner. This is my favorite toner. I will probably never use another toner in my life. By the way, I have dry skin, so most of these products will be hydrated. Do you see what that just did to my skin? Like, we love that. My next skin prep item is this Niacinamide serum from Good Molecules. I just drop it in my hand also. Niacinamide is good for reducing the appearance of pores and also oil control, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, I have dry skin, but by the end of the day, oils accumulate like right here around my nose. So I really focus it there. Next, I use this moisturizer from the Inkey List. This is their BioActive Ceramide Repairing Blase Moisturizer. And I am like literally scraping the bottom of this thing. She is good. Not even gonna lie, she is good. I bought 3 during the Sephora sale. That is how good she is. I have dry skin. This is the one, babe. This is what my morning skin prep looks like for me. Sometimes if I remember, I'll go in with a sunscreen, but I'm not doing all that today. I'm sorry. We're just gonna let that sit and soak in. I usually let it sit for a good 10 minutes at least. Okay, so for my base routine, I don't want you to focus on the products per se. I want you to focus on the type of product it is. So for primers, I like to go in with a hydrating primer, either my Jelly Pop Dewy Primer or this NYX Plump Right Back. Which one I want to go in with today? I think today I'm going to go in with the Jelly Pop Primer. And this is what works for me and my dry skin. I'm going to just rub this in. And the way that I just added hydration back into my face. She's dewy. She's glowy. She's plump. And she's tacky. I like to go in with some kind of blurring primer to give you that flawless base. Today, I'm going to go in with the One Size Secure the Blur. I really just focus this in my T-zone because like I said, I have dry skin. So this will, any like blurring product more than likely is going to mattify it a little bit. So I really just focus this in the T-zone, anywhere I have like pores. Or anywhere you have like excess texture that you don't like. Gonna let that sit and soak in for a few minutes. Your girl went short nail. Do you see me? I'm thinking about making this my signature color. What do y'all think? I know purple is my color. Next, we can finally start on this base. Skin is prepped and ready for foundation and everything else. Rule number one, if you want a flawless base, rule number one, if you want a flawless base, skin prep the heck out of your skin, okay? Make sure she is hydrated and ready to go. Rule number two is make sure you color correct. As a black woman, I'm pretty sure your skin has some kind of hyperpigmentation. Mine are my dark circles, which are under my eyes, around my mouth. And then I have like little spots here and there. And I'm just going to blend this out. Y'all be so focused on brushes and products. Let me tell you something. This brush came from Shein. You can make a Dollar Tree brush work. Will it take more time? Maybe. But like, get your technique down before you go buying all these expensive things. But you still don't know how to do your makeup. Like, it don't make sense. And I am just patting this in because I don't want to like swipe it away. I want to end that spot that I placed it in. And by the way, this color corrector was the NYX. Everybody asked me this. This color corrector is the NYX Pro Fix Stick in deep or dark peach. One of them, girl. It's not too orange. It's like skin tone orange, if that makes sense. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If you are an oily girl, I would say stop right here. Take your setting powder and set anywhere you get oily before you apply your foundation. That would be my tip for you. But since I'm not and I'm dry, I'm gonna skip that. Foundation of the day is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation. This is in the shade 147W, but she is too warm, so I am mixing in some of my LA Girl blue pigment. And this is what that looks like. I almost always use a hydrating foundation. This is why I'm telling y'all not to like focus on the products. Because I'm going to switch my products out. Everything will get used in my collection, okay? It really changes week by week, honestly. But it's almost always a hydrating foundation. But if it's matte, it has to have like a satin finish. My dry skin going to be like, no. And I am a bit tan right now. So this foundation, we're going to fix it. Trust me, we're going to fix it, girl. She's looking a little scary right now. And this foundation does have hyaluronic acid in it, so it is hydrating. Very hydrating, as you can see. I'm going to tap, 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 blend that out. This is a Real Techniques brush, $241. I love this foundation brush. And she's not that expensive, so definitely get this one. Looking a little scary, not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. But it's gonna come together in the end, watch. Okay, so after my foundation, I like to go in with cream bronzer. I feel like it just helps you know where to place everything else. Using the LYS contour or bronzer stick. This is in the shade Strength. She's dark, which is good because we're looking a little light. And it's very hydrating. Don't go getting no super dry cream contour bronzer, whichever one you decide to do. And by the way, bronzer is warm tone, contour is cool tone. This is somewhere in the middle. And this is very pigmented, so I'm using the slightest bit. And I like to place it on my double chin down here because she can be double chinning sometimes, okay? I know you probably thinking, what, double chin? But it be there sometimes. And this is the placement that I like for my face. I'm going to blend this out with the Haus Labs foundation brush. Any Ditz brush will work just fine. Just make sure it's not too big so that you get that precision of where you place the cream, contour, bronzer, whichever one you choose. Bronzer is used to warm up the face. Contour is more so to sculpt it. Tapping motions always. Don't worry about it looking unblended right now. Because it's a big difference between this foundation and this cream contour, that's why you want to get it as close as possible, but still show definition. Maybe go like 3 shades darker. But I brought the wrong color, but so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make it work, okay? And I'm gonna blend this out first, and then we're gonna fix how unblended everything else is. Somebody commented the other day and was like, I love how you show how to fix mistakes. That is what I'm here for. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm not gonna pretend like my makeup is perfect. It can use some work. It can always use some work. Majority of the time, I have 2 brushes in my hands, 2 to 3 really sometimes. But, oh, my face itching. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with that foundation brush, and I'm gonna go around the edges of that cream contour I placed down and make sure there are no harsh lines and everything is all seamless and blended into one. Then if you need to, go back in with that cream contour brush and bring some back. Okay, and that looks a lot better already. Next, I like to go in with concealer. I used to do blush first. I know a lot of people say blush first is a lot easier, but for me, I don't know why. I kind of like the concealer first these days. I'm going to go in with the Milk concealers. I'm going to start with shade 19 first. And I'm going to put that in those places. And I am going to take 12 for under my eye. This is another Shein brush, girl. But I like to let my under eye concealer sit for a while. Everything else can get blended out because this is a full coverage concealer. So it doesn't need much sitting for me to get the coverage that I desire. That's why it is important to know your products. Test them out. See how they work. And also knowing your undertone. A lot of people don't mention this, but knowing your undertone, knowing that your correct shades is the most important part when it comes to a flawless makeup application. Because it doesn't just only apply to foundation, it also applies to concealer. It also applies to setting powder. It also applies to how much you're going to contour or bronze. Like if you have a warm tone, you want to use like golden and warm shades, like even for concealer and foundation. Bronzing will be your best friend. If you are a cool tone like me when I'm not tan, then you want to use cool tone products. You can even like go for neutral because I know a lot of brands don't even do cool tone. They not out here for the cool tone girls, and I don't like that. But maybe one day we can get there. If you have a cool undertone, pink setting powder will be your best friend because it really just neutralizes any like yellow or golden undertones in anything. So that's a little tip. And if you have a warm neutral undertone, yellows, golden, setting powder will be your best friend. And I'm just patting this in. And I do like to take it up across my face and like really snatch my eyeshadow up. Now I feel like it highlights this cheekbone without actually highlighting it. Now, like I said, go back in with that foundation brush. Make sure the edges of all of that are meshing well together. I'm over here contemplating if I want a bright under eye today. I think I might just leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone today, just today. And I'm actually gonna apply some more concealer. The key is to work in thin layers, like very thin layers. Build it up because once it's on there, baby, it's hard to take it off. But you can always add more. And then I'm gonna take 19 and I'm gonna go around the edges of that. And I'm gonna blend out 19 first. When it comes to your base, you want dimension. That's how your normal skin is. Not everything is all one color. You have shadows, you have brightening spots. The concealer is placed anywhere that the sun, the light hits it. And that is like the center of my face for me. And I use contouring as like anywhere I want to minimize it. Like I want some cheekbones, I'm gonna make me some. That is blended out for the most part. I'm gonna go back in with that foundation brush around those edges. And my nose is looking a bit harsh, so I am going to blend that out again. This would be better if you did it with a smaller brush, but I'm lazy and don't feel like finding a smaller brush. So I'm gonna make do with what I got. Okay, base is all blended, all seamless. Now I am ready for blush. My favorite part, blush is my favorite part. I feel like that's why I save it for last, honestly. I am going to take Patrick Ta. This is in the shade She's Vibrant. It's like a pinky coral. And it has a cream side and then a powder side. I'm going to take the cream first. This is another Shein brush, baby. And I like to place mine right here on top of this cheekbone. Focus it there mostly. And then take whatever is left on the brush and go back and forth. And I'm going to do the same to this side. So like blush on my chin. I saw my girl Shelby do this and I'm addicted. What can I say? Okay, before you set, you want to make sure everything is blended. Because once you set, ain't no going back, baby. Ain't no going back. So I am going to make sure everything is all seamless and blended. And with that blush brush. Now listen up. If you want a flawless under eye, Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder. They're not expensive at all. Less than $10, I know. I'm using the shade 222. And I'm going to take my powder puff all up in there. And I'm going to start near my nose. And then I'm going to bring it up under my eye. To make sure that right under my eye doesn't have too much powder. And I'm going to go from the inner corner of my eye all the way to the outer corner. And I'm going to go over that blush just a little bit. And you see how I made it like a flawless transition between the two? That is what I like to see, okay? I did just dip back into that pressed powder. And I like to put this under my eye and also my upper lip. So that is the start of the set. You want to color coordinate. Just how you color coordinate your outfits, you want to color coordinate your makeup. Because I use like a peachy pink blush, it's more on the peach side because I'm going to add another powder blush on top. I'm going to use a yellow banana setting powder. This is Huda Beauty Banana Bread. If I was going with a just pink blush, I would have used a pink setting powder. Warm tones with the yellow setting powder. Cool tones with the pink setting powder. So if your blush is, say, is in the red pinks family, pink setting powder. If your blush is in the coral, orange, that type of family, yellow setting powder. And I'm speaking mostly to my women of color, because that is what majority of my audience is. I also like translucent powder. Don't get it twisted. That is definitely somewhere in the middle when you don't know which setting powder to go with. Translucent. And I'm just taking this banana bread and I'm putting the same place I placed that Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. But I am going to go over that cheek a little bit more. What I did was I dipped into the top, the cap, and I'm taking the excess off on my hand because, like I said, I have dry skin. We don't want too much powder. Start from the bottom, work your way up under the eye. Also gonna hit anywhere I put concealer. And I'm just working off the back of my hand with whatever excess was left. Also hitting my forehead. Anywhere I don't want the excess shine. I have dry skin, but I like to be matte. Now this is my little trick if you want a flawless, seamless base, like you have a filter on your face. You're going to take that setting powder, put it lightly on the powder puff, and you're just going to tap all over your face. And if you have dry skin, make sure it is thinly on this powder puff. Just patting that all over. And boom, we looking like a little porcelain doll, not even gonna lie. What that did is it just helped that whenever it's time to put on the powder, like the powder bronzer, the powder blush, it's all, you have like a matte base to work on. So it's not gonna be patchy because you're working on a wet base, if you get what I'm saying. My Sigma Beauty bronzer. And with this, you want to tap. Tap. Tap first, just in case, you know, you missed any spots with that setting powder. Tap. And make sure it's all matte under there. And then if you need to, you can swipe. But don't swipe hard, baby. We are not sweeping. I'm placing this anywhere I put the cream bronzer, contour, whichever you want to call it. Also hitting this double chin. And I really don't even like to do my nose much anymore. I just like to hit this little area right in here. All right, boom. Now it is time for blush. I'm going back in with that Patrick Ta blush. We're going to go in with the powder shade. And when I tell you she is pigmented, tread lightly. So I'm just going to lightly tap. And I'm mostly keeping this back here on the higher part of my cheekbone. I'm going to place a little bit on my chin. Remember what I said about dimension? I mean, the blush, she's cute. She's cool. But a little bit more, if you want to, you know, take it up a notch, use a lighter tone blush. It's a little technique called mid-tone blushing. I'm going to take the Haus Labs Blush. As you can see, it's a little lighter. This is in the shade Pomelo Peach. Taking a smaller brush. And I am going to blend out the edges of this blush. And I'm going to go under my eye just a little bit, not too much. And I'm going to make sure that blush is all seamless, blended in with that under eye beautifully. And I'm really taking this just around the edges of where we place the Patrick Ta blush. Okay, I skipped the bright under eye concealer just so I could do this part. I am taking this pressed pink powder I got from Amazon. It should still be on Amazon. I got this like 2 years ago, girl. And I'm going to take my powder puff into this. And this will brighten up my under eye some. You see that? Yeah. That is what I wanted. And then I'm going to take whatever is left on this powder puff and I'm going to go over this blush. That is how you get the airbrushed blush. You're not going to get no airbrush makeup without powder. I'm telling you right now. And do you see the difference between this eye and this eye? Yeah. I'm going to do the same on this side. Really just making sure I hit the edge of that blush. Not going completely over it, but just the edge. And you can also take this time to snatch up that nose. And if you need to go back in with that blush brush and just bring it in just a little bit more, you can. I know what you're thinking, like, girl, you looking a little powdery. This is when you want to go in with your hydrating setting spray. So I like the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, but I also like the We Cherie. This one I got from the UK. I got mine from Beauty Bay. But if you want like a US alternative, this Morphe one in the gold bottle, she's that. I'm gonna just spray my face and that will melt in those powders. All right, now time for highlighter. If you're a highlighter girl, go in with the highlighter, boo. I'm gonna use this beat up Wet n Wild highlighter. This is in the shade Golden Flower Crown, I want to say. And if you have texture on your cheeks, don't put highlighter there. That is going to mess up the flawless base we just created. It's going to emphasize texture. I'm sorry. So I really like mine mostly on the nose. If I'm feeling jazzy, I'll put it on my cheeks. See that? Ooh, blinding. All right, I'm going to stop there. Because I'll go overboard with some highlighter and dry myself. I like to go in with my little fake molds. I'm going to take a brow pen. This is from Milani. And I'm going to do my little fake molds because that's just me. And if you're a hater of the fake molds, keep it to yourself. We do not care. Okay, I'm going to finish off my eyes and my lip. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the finishing touches. Okay, I am back. Face is just about done. But I'm going to tell you this little trick. Usually people would just stop here. But if you're a little extra like I am, and especially if you're taking pictures, this is specifically if you are taking pictures. You want to go back in with those powders, specifically the powder bronzer and the powder blush. And you're just going to reinforce those. So I'm going to take my bronzer and I'm going to reapply it. And this is just to make sure in your pictures that you have dimension, because you do not want your face looking flat in pictures. And I'm only going to take this Haus Labs Blush and I am going to just reinforce that. Once you added that setting powder, it just melted all that into your skin. It took some of the pigment away, so we're going to bring it back. Now for my oily girls, if there was anywhere that you got oily, after the setting powder, this is where you want to go in with that loose powder and touch up. I suggest the translucent one and touch up anywhere that you were oily or you didn't want that excess shine. But for me, I feel like I'm good, so I'm going to leave it alone. And this right here is the finished base. And I'm going to get up close and personal all up in your business. So you can see I'm not a liar. Face is flawless. Looks like a filter. I do not have the softened skin effect on my camera. So, yeah, real life. Real life, girl. And this is my in-depth base routine. If you have any more questions, be sure to drop them down in the comments. I got you, girl. I got you. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Show your girl some love. If you're not already subscribed and you watching this, what you doing? Yeah, more videos are coming soon. I am back. I took a little break because your girl was worn out, but I am back. I will see y'all next time.